Boxing truth here. Demetrius Andrade is back. Just had the most impressive performance of all the 54-pounders that were showcased on the Showtime network over the past couple of weeks. Demetrius Andrade had a very impressive performance. The layoff has not affected him. He pretty much just straight up schooled and demolished Willie Nelson. Dominated the fight. Nelson did not have a good night at all. Was not effective. Couldn't really let his hands go because of the tactics Andrade brought to the ring. He was just the quicker fighter, the more athletic fighter. Brought more angles. Was punching while moving. Good uppercuts. That right uppercut was money the whole night, and I really thought it was going to be his left uppercut, but the right uppercut also turning his opponents, but staying in the pocket. This is why I like watching Andrade fight, because he doesn't box like a bitch. He boxes the right way. He stays in the pocket. He'll use movements, of course. He'll sidestep. He'll turn his opponents. He'll punch while moving, provide angles, but he's always in punching range when he does it. He makes his opponent miss while he's in punching range and makes his opponents pay while he's still in the punching range. That's a lot more impressive to me, that type of boxing style, when a fighter does that compared to running away like a bitch and trying to play tag with your opponent. See, Andrade, I like the way he boxes. That's boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's how you box. That's the most impressive way to do it. It's the most hardest style to master, to stay in the pocket, make your opponent miss while you're in punching range and then punch back at him. But he was doing that the entire night. He had a couple of moments where he got hit with shots that seemed to, that seemed to get his attention. Andrade did, but overall it was a very good performance. He closed the show, got a knockout win in the last round. I predicted a 12-round unanimous decision, clear decision for Andrade. Andrade, he did his job. He closed the show, and surprisingly, he scored a couple of knockdowns with his right hook. I mean, his right hook to me needs some work. He slaps with it sometimes, but he was landing some good power shots with it. Knocked Nelson down, who's been knocked out multiple times before. He doesn't have the best chin in the world, but he usually always gets up and fights hard like he did in this fight. But he was outclassed. There was a big gap in skill level. Nelson is just too basic for Andrade. His foot speed can't match Andrade's. His skill set can't match him, and he saw the difference in levels between the two guys as Andrade just continued to pick him apart with movements. Also, right uppercuts to the body, straight lefts down the pipe. Was pretty much just teeing off on Nelson whenever he wanted to. And it was a good performance, the type of performance that's gonna make fans want to see Andrade fight again. He's in a position, winning this fight, as the second mandatory challenger to Jermell Charlo's title. That was an eliminator for the WBC title. So now all Andrade has to do is await the winner of whenever Charles Hatley, Jermell Charlo happens, and then he'll be next in line to get his shot. But it was a good, significant win for Andrade. He needed this type of win in order to get the fans excited, people at Showtime excited. Maybe they'll be interested in signing him to an exclusive deal, considering all the fighters at that weight class pretty much compete at Showtime. A bunch of Al Heyman clients that he could fight, same network, no problems in making those fights. But Andrade just put on a type of performance that's going to make some fighters doubt of whether they should take a fight with Andrade, considering Andrade doesn't have a strap, doesn't have the biggest name recognition. So Andrade's going to have to do what other fighters in this position have to do. Get into position, climb the rankings, become a mandatory, and enforce a mandatory bout with the champion that he's angling for, which is Jermell Charlo. He wants the Charlo brothers, called them out. He was supposed to fight one of them in the past, didn't happen, but it looks like the fight with Dremel could happen down the line. But very impressive performance with Andrade. I was pleased with the performance. He stopped Nelson. That was Nelson's first stoppage loss of his career. Nelson was spent by the 12th round. He had nothing left. And it was a very good win. Andrade wanted to put on an impressive performance. He wanted to get a knockout win, get a win to get some buzz behind him, and that's exactly what he did. Showed levels, showed good skills, and showed good boxing ability. The type of boxing that I really appreciate, because that's how you box. You know, stay in the pocket, stay in punching range, make your opponent miss, make your opponent pay, punch off angles, punch on the fly. Use tactics to smother your opponent's punches, just like he was doing against Nelson. He would get in really close to smother Nelson's shots, and he pretty much just took away his arsenal. And Andrade displayed his full arsenal of punches and just showed that he was just on another level compared to Nelson. But congratulations to Demetrius Andrade. Finally a good solid win in quite some time, and now just move on to bigger and better things, as he's affiliated with the right network, and hopefully his promoter, his co-promoters, can position him to another big significant fight sometime in the near future. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.